Hello YouTube, Warren here. I'm going to tell you a tale. I'm going to tell you a tale of what's just happened to me. Right. I just on my daily out run to the chemist, yeah? And I go the same route every day. Now, I have to pass a few, it's about a 10-minute walk to my chemist every day. This is not movie related, by the way. This is just a simple vlog I'm doing, just simply to get something off my chest. I'm going to be telling you how it is. So if you're of sensitive ear, then I would advise just turn off now. I'm warning you now, if you're, I repeat, if you're of sensitive ear, then turn off now. If you're easily offended, turn off now. Therefore, if you are offended by what I have to say, what's coming up in this video, if you're offended in any way, then I'm sorry, I cannot take responsibility. If you're sensitive hearing, then turn off now. Okay, that's my claim out the way. I'm just doing this vlog because I want to get this out there to see what you think in YouTube land. I say it's non-movie related. I was on my daily walk to the chemist. About 10-minute walk there and a 10-minute walk back. I do it every day. I don't go on a Sunday, right? But I go every day bar Sunday, yeah. Now I go the same route, 10-minute there, 10-minute back. Exactly same route there and same route back. And I know the route inside out. I've been doing it for possibly a year to this particular chemist, right? That's the setup, yeah. En route, it's where I live. It's a semi-busy residential area. There's a park at the top of the road. There's a few bus stops en route. Get me, that kind of thing. The main road's a few roads away. Get me. I live off the main road, if you will. So it's quite pleasant where I live. Quite pleasant. Kind of place where at the town hall you'd feel comfortable protesting. Do you know what I mean? That kind of environment where I live. I'm going to put something to you here. Do you feel it's appropriate for anyone to take a photograph of another in the street if they don't know that other person without due consent? Do you think that that is an appropriate behaviour? I repeat, for one person to take the photograph on their phone of another person who they don't know in the street, in a public space, without due consent. Do you think that is appropriate behaviour? I hope I've explained myself right there. I hope I've explained myself properly there. I hope I've put across to you that synopsis. I hope I've described it accurately there. I hope I've got across what I'm really trying to say there. Described it proper. Is that behaviour proper? Is that proper behaviour? Is it acceptable behaviour? Because what's just happened to me now, I've just gone on my walk. I've just walked to my chemist. At one of these bus stops was a girl, and she had a phone and she held it up in the air as I was approaching her to walk past her to go to my chemist. And it's quite obvious she was taking what appeared to be a still image of something. And it was certainly in my direction. She made no secret to cover to be a secretive. She didn't do it covertly at all. It was quite obvious what she was doing. It would have been obvious not just to me, but to the people around her as well. She was taken, and I didn't know her. And when I saw her, she didn't recognise me either. Which that's what she did. I walked right up to her, so she could have got. I had to walk up to her and past her and beyond her to my chemist. And in all that, and doing so, she held the camera up and she was taking images of me, and I could see she was doing so, and she made no bones about hiding it, because when I passed her, you could see she was looking through the viewfinder and she was operating her camera, and I could feel her energy that she was taking an image of me as I passed her, and I could feel her energy as I passed her, and that she'd taken several photographs, and when I turned around, I could see her sorting through what she'd done. I could see clearly as I approached her in her face, I could see her doing it. I could tell by the behaviour, by her hand, and the position she was holding the camera phone, that she was taking images of me, either still or moving, let's put it that way. I got beyond this girl. I got beyond her about 20 metres, and I started to take great offence to this. And I thought to myself, oh no, Warren, what are you going to do? No! I said to myself, shit, what am I going to do? Because I knew I couldn't let it go. I knew I couldn't let this go. I turned round, and as I was approaching her, walking back on myself, approaching her, I could see there was just her and this lad she was standing with waiting for a bus to arrive. The lad would have been, they were both a little younger than me, they were probably both mid-20s. The lad, he had little skinny legs, they looked like twigs, they did. I mean, I've got a thin physique, but this lad took the piss, do you know what I mean? I thought to myself, I can handle myself here, do you know what I mean? I thought to myself, I can handle myself here. Arrived where they were standing. I got a feeling when I approached them both that she knew I was walking back on myself. In hindsight, I just have this feeling that that's what she got this feeling that she had felt that I was coming back on myself. I have a feeling in hindsight that she knew I was coming back on myself, that I was walking back on myself and coming back towards her. She turned slightly to her side to get on the bus when it arrived, and I was about a few metres away from her by now, back on her, and I think she actually saw me then in her left peripheral vision, me actually coming to actually right up on her. So she was ready for me, and the lad she was standing with, she didn't tell this lad. I think this lad who she was with, I don't think the lad was privy to what she had just done. I took the images of me and was aware that I was coming back on myself toward them both. I don't think he was aware of the situation. Anyway, I just threw me arm out as I got to the side of her, got to her backside, so she couldn't see what I was doing. As she was stepping onto the bus, I just threw out my arm and I knocked the phone out of her hand. She still had it in her hand as if she was scrolling through whatever. Knocked it out of my hand and it flew on the phone. I went to tread on it, destroy it with my heel, but she, as I say, must have been onto me doing it, and she threw herself at me and she just like lunged me onto the floor and just grabbed hold of every orifice she could. I had a hood and a scarf and everything, so she had loads of things to grab hold of, and I was now just like a wriggling mess trying to get away from her, and I couldn't get away from her. Anyway, eventually I did, and she started screaming blue murder, saying I was trying to steal a phone, and I wasn't. I was simply trying to destroy a phone, but she wasn't aware of that. I think she was aware. I think she thought, well, I think in her fantasy she thought I was going to reach down and steal it, but I think she knew in her heart that I was what I was going to do. I think she knew, but she was screaming blue murder to the contrary, saying I was trying to steal a phone. Help, help, help! She was screaming blue murder. Anyway, this open door bus, I think the bus had stopped, whatever, and I think some people came off the bus to help her. As I got away from her, some lad gave me a big thump on the back of my head, and I said, look, she was taking my photo, as I just like gathered my things and walked on. And I just didn't look back. I just carried on walking on my route. I did what I had to do with the chemist, and I come back and I walked back the same route, and there was no commotion there whatsoever. But I'm saying to you, I felt violated. I felt completely violated by what had happened to me. I'm aware there's a sector of young girls out there who sit around in shopping precincts and sit off in residential areas in twos, sometimes on their own, and they'll take images of you and they'll post them on Facebook and they'll make out that they're your boyfriend. One of them even will come over and sit by you if you're in a shopping precinct taking a break, and the other will take an image of the both of you together, and the one will make out that you're the boyfriend she slept with the night before, who she's just dumped. Oh, he was gorgeous as well, wasn't he? I mean, this goes on in the Facebook land. It goes on to a sector of young girls who do this, who spend their time doing this. And I'm aware this goes on, and I don't want to be taken advantage of. I felt violated by what had happened to me. It was obvious what had happened to me. But anyway, I'm going to skip to the chase. What do you think? Do you think that's acceptable behaviour? Do you think that's acceptable behaviour? Do you think that is acceptable behaviour? You're having your image taken without your consent, and being able to do sod all about it, absolutely having no comeback on it whatsoever. Even if you're aware of what has just happened, I know for sure if I'd spoke to her and said, can I have a look please to see if you've just done that, if you've just taken my photograph, I'm sure she'd have denied me the privilege. I'm sure she'd have denied me the privilege of having a look through her photographs. I'm sure she'd have denied it. I mean, I couldn't have had the power to have made her let me look at what images were on her phone. I wouldn't have had that power. So I put to you, is that behaviour appropriate? Is that behaviour appropriate? Please, I want some comments, some feedback on this, please. I welcome all. It would help me as well, greatly. Sort this out in my head. Cheers. I look forward to hearing from you.